Hi, this is Jake Shirley Coaching, and today I'm just talking about personal finance and how it's really simple. The way I teach it is simple. I'm not going to try to teach people any really complicated and sophisticated things. I don't think it's necessary, and it's not something I know a whole lot about right now. My focus right now, really, at the time I'm recording this, is really focused on getting out of debt. And once you get out of debt, then you can build a cash emergency fund, and that way you don't have to rely on credit cards. So I think a lot of people get into trouble because when something unexpected happens, or they're not making enough money, or their expenses are too high, or whatever, they reach for a credit card, which only puts them farther into debt. So what I teach people is not to use their credit cards, because using a credit card, even if you pay it off every month, is still using debt. So one of the ways I keep things simple is just to tell people, don't use your credit cards, don't use debt. So I spent some time looking around personal finance blogs and forums just to see what people are asking about and what they need help with. And I see a lot of posts where they're just making things a lot more complicated than they need to be. Like they're thinking about buying a car and they have some money saved, so they start asking about, well, should I put some money on the car as a down payment and put the rest in savings, or invest the rest, or buy something else, or they start talking about comparing the down payment versus the monthly payment versus the length of the loan, and on and on. And they just make it really complicated when they're buying a car. It does not have to be that complicated. And if they ask me, what I would tell them to do is just pay for the car. You pay cash for it. That does not mean that you walk into the dealership with a briefcase full of cash. That's not what I mean. You're going to use a cashier's check or whatever. Because I know some people take that a little too literally when you say pay cash for something. It just means that you don't take out a loan, that you have the money to pay for it. That's what I would tell people to do, to pay for their cars. Don't take out a loan on the car. The dealership isn't going to like you, but that's their problem, because they make a lot of their money when they make loans to people. So they're going to lose money if you pay for the car up front, but don't worry about it. That's on them. That's not your problem. So just pay for the car. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Another thing I see is people, they have credit card debt and they're trying to do a balance transfer. So they're comparing the current interest rate on their card and compare it to the interest rate that they would have on their balance transfer. So they want to take all their credit card debt on multiple cards, move it over to one card that might have a little bit lower interest rate, and so they're asking about that. And what I would teach people to do is, for a short period of time, you work extra, you stop using your credit cards, and you start paying off your debt. You cut your expenses where you can, and I don't tell people to do this forever. It's just till they get out of debt, which is going to be a short period of time if they do it the way I teach them to do it. Stop using your credit cards and you get your debt paid off. What I teach people to do is knock off the balance first. You take your credit cards with the lowest balance and forget about the interest rate. You pay those off first. Because once you start paying those things off, you're going to get them paid off probably quicker than you think. And that way the interest rate isn't going to matter that much. So don't worry about the interest rate. A lot of people will say that's mathematically incorrect, but I don't really care. When I started paying off my debt, I attacked the lowest balance first and I got it paid off, and I stopped using it. Once you stop using your credit card, you get them paid off. It's not complicated. It's really simple. You want to get out of debt, the first step is stop using debt, which includes your credit cards. Just stop using them. Even if you pay off the balance every month, it's still using debt. So I keep it simple. Step one to getting out of debt: stop adding more. It's easy. So I said it's easy. Well, I understand that it's not that easy for a lot of people. It's not, because I understand a lot of people are in debt. They're struggling with money. The thing is about personal finance and money is that what to do is the easy part. It's like you tell people what to do. Get out of debt, pay cash for things, build up a cash emergency fund. It makes sense to people, on the surface, but actually doing it is the hard part. And that's where a coach can help, because, like I said, what to do is the easy part. But underneath all that, we have like what to do at the top, but underneath all that, we have all this programming, and we have all these beliefs and personality traits, and we have all these things going on underneath the surface. And that's the thing that makes it hard for most people, because there's the personal finance. When people struggle with money, that's really a symptom of what's going on underneath. That's a symptom of their beliefs and their paradigm, and all this programming that everyone is pushing on us. Because this idea of use credit, build up your credit score, that's all programming. And that's just something that I teach people not to do. Don't play their game. I have lots of videos about the credit score already, but what to do is the easy part. That's why I want to try to coach people and help them figure out their beliefs and why they're doing what they're doing. Because personal finance, when people struggle with money, it's because of what's going on underneath, and that's what I want to help people understand. So a coach can really help you on your unique journey, because personal finance is personal. And you can find my website in the description below. But that's what I want to teach people to do. Just get out of debt, pay cash for things. Stop playing the game that the banks invented. You build up your credit score by borrowing money. Of course the banks like you. Of course they're going to give you a high score, because they want you to keep borrowing money from them. Stop playing their game. They set the rules, and they set the rules, and they created the game, and stop playing their game. That's what I want to teach people to do. So check out my website, and please comment or leave me any comments or ask any questions, whatever you want to do, but just contact me. I can work with you one-on-one and help you on your journey. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to tell you that I don't make things complicated. I keep things really simple, because it is simple. So thank you for watching. This is Jake Shirley Coaching.